So what are you all giving up for Lent? I know Big G is giving up overrating wide receivers for Lent, but what are you giving up, B-Dirt?
Catholicism. I give it up every year.
Nice. What about you, Tate?
Ooh, who's getting fined?
That ain't me.
Oh.
Tate.
No, it ain't me. Oh no, I got nothing. It ain't me.
I saw that slide.
I think Pay trying to pass the phone.
I saw that slide hand of Pay said Tate. He got us all looking in that box, and I saw this hand sneak up in the corner. Got it.
I was grabbing my whiskey. That's all that was.
Hey man, but I think I'm giving up, man. I'm giving up. I'm gonna give up beef and pork and other kinds of protein for a while. I'm gonna stick to poultry.
Oh, I thought you was going pescatarian there for a second. I thought you was going fish.
No, I can't have seafood for a year because of my kidney transplant.
Okay.
So, and my tooth been bothering me so bad the past 2 weeks. I've been eating soup and protein shakes, man. So, I don't want to chew. So I'm just going. I can eat chicken. I gotta go with that for a while. So perfect timing.
Bird flu diet.
To give it up.
Bird flu diet. What about you, G? What are you giving up?
Man, I fast all the time with different stuff, to be honest. Lent don't really, Lent don't. I fast all the time. It just depends on what it is. Certain stuff I give up at different times of the year, and I fast all the time. That's all Lent is, just a fast. So I do it all the time. So it's not really a significant thing for me. Why are you shaking your head, Pay? I do. I fast all the time. What are you talking about? Why are you shaking your head?
We can start the show now.
Yeah, I tell you what, I think he's giving up rational thoughts for a while.
No, that's no.
What?
No, I fast all the time, bro. I just do all the different stuff. I do.
Yeah.
It just depends on what it is.
You've been off good takes for about 6 weeks. Tate, start the show.
No way. Stop it.
What's going on? You've got the homies overtime here with all the homies. Pay, Tate, Big G here with B-Dirt running the bus tonight. So what we got going on here in the live chat? Tim says something about the deaths over here. What?
Where's the show going today?
I don't know, man.
What are y'all doing?
There's some weird things going on the live chat talking about people dying and whatnot.
Yeah. Gene Hackman. Yeah,
Gene Hackman. All right.
Talking about Gene Hackman. Yeah.
We're going to talk about sports, but we appreciate you guys rocking over there in the live chat. The first show, quite a bit going on over there. We appreciate it. Going to try to get to some more of your takes. Always got that fork in the road. So anybody that does any of those super chats, we'll get your comments up there and let you take the conversation where it may go. That said, the first thing I want to talk about, man, some weird things going on in the world. Michael Strahan has said that he can go from number 92 in New York to 007 in London. Guys, Big G, you think Michael Strahan could do a 007?
Hell no. Hell no, he can't, man. Stop it. That's straight up delusions of grandeur, man. He thinks that he can do something and all whatever. First of all, he ain't no actor type dude or nothing like that, so he don't even fit that role. I doubt if he even has the chops to be able to do it. And most of the time, traditionally, 007 is one of those, like, not like where they get the major star, but you're that character forever, right? Once they identify you and say, okay, you're 007, no, he needs to stop it, bro. He needs to stay in his lane, stay with Fox Sports, stay sports commentating, and stop trying to think that he can do all kind of other stuff.
And the dude is part of the CBS morning show.
He ain't no dog. That's not him, bro.
That's Good
That's
Morning
not him.
America.
That's a talk show. Anybody can do that. We've proven it.
Good
That's
Morning
facts.
America, CBS Morning, 2 different shows.
Claude
Okay,
Bishop,
well, Good
thank
Morning
you
America.
for the
GMA is
$2.
GMA.
He said, finally a real host.
You
At
know
your
what, Claude?
service.
You know what, Claude? Well, let me ask the panel. Matrix or no? Just yes or no. Beat Art, yes or no?
What?
No matrix for Claude. Claude, he don't deserve it. But if you want to say
Listen,
who
it's
the
gotta
finally
be
a real host,
egregious.
you
It's
think
gotta be egregious when he does it for a super chat. Regular comments,
No.
a little. You can be a little more lenient with the putting him in the matrix. When he pays the super chat, it's got to be real egregious to put him in.
Claude
think
pays
so, too.
egregiously all the time and does stuff to go to the Matrix worth.
hey, B Dirt. So what? All that tells me he think you worth $2.
Perfect. I'll take it.
I would have. I think you're such a great host. I'd have gave you 10.
I gotta be honest with you. I don't know. There's like 30, 40,000 people that listen to the Steel Curtain Network every month. If you all give $2 every month to us, we're good with it. No problem. No qualms. See?
True.
Boy, don't complain about $2. They stack up. So,
I'm not
you
complaining
think
about it.
you think Strahan can pull this off, Tate?
I definitely do. I mean, I don't know why they didn't run it back a few years ago with Idris Elba. He would have been much better.
Facts.
But I mean, at the time, I thought they didn't want a black 007. But now you're going to Michael Strahan. I mean, I don't know if Michael Strahan has more box office appeal than Idris Elba. Elba has more chops. He's British. I mean, all those things that would fit for 007. I mean, but I would give Michael Strahan a chance. I think he could probably pull it off just because I believe in his talent and his work ethic, as far as how he's transitioned into a lightweight media mogul. Lightweight, you know what I mean? Or just like the dude, and he was a scrub, Nate Burleson, all over the place. You know, these dudes get opportunities. What pay about Nate Burleson? He reminds me a lot of you.
Wasn't a scrub.
Oh,
Nate Burleson was pretty good.
He was decent.
Yeah, he's not
Different,
better than a scrub.
Yeah.
But better than a scrub. Okay, that was a big G-ish. That was a big G-ish.
So, Pay, do you think the guy that got gifted the all-time single season sack record can get gifted the 007 role?
Mike Strahan needs to read the room. This is not a good time for another American to be barging in on another country's territory. James Bond belongs over there to the Brits. They belong. They own that. Let them have it. Just because Amazon bought it doesn't mean Strahan can now say, you know what, an American can play this role. Only Vice President Elon and President Putin can just take stuff that ain't theirs. All right, Strahan, just relax, bro. Just relax. Just stay at GMA and do all the other stuff, but leave 007 alone. We suffered enough. We've got enough.
We've already had American 007s though.
Yeah, but he's saying timing wise, this isn't a good time.
It's not a good time right now. It's not a good time. Let's just read the room. Like I said, read the room. Just fall back for a second. Come double back in, and then come back when there's a lot less smoke going on. In fact, isn't 007 dead?
007 did die.
Yeah, they killed him. He came back a whole bunch of times. Yeah, get out of here. Has he ever played a movie role at all?
No.
Yeah, he's playing one right now as the NFL all-time leading sack leader.
Well played.
Yeah. But yeah, no, they can't do it. No way.
You know what? Another reason to throw Favre in jail.
Facts. Double down with that one. Double and triple down with that one.
Yeah, if that was college basketball, that would be point shaving. He would definitely be in trouble for that.
Yep.
Yep. Sack shaver.
Yep.
Sack
Whoa.
Shaver.
Big G. I give you ditties and you don't call those out. You make them out of nothing, and I give them.
No ditty.
You got to chill.
Thank you, Tate.
I was in the live chat, man. I was over in the live chat.
Be better, Big G. Multitask.
Oh, hey, Big B Dirt, we had to clip that one.
That was a good one. That was a good one. All right. You alluded to this in the regular homies, Tate. Saquon Barkley has just reset the running back market with a new contract. So back-to-back years, we've seen running backs start getting paid again. Do you think this is going to be more of a trend? Do you think, there was some discussion, rather it's just the very top-end guys that will get paid. Do you think we're going to see more guys getting in that 15 to 20 mark per year? Do you think this is going to go up, or do you think they're still going to be kind of handcuffed?
I think the average will go up because the top end will go up. And the other guys get a little more, but they're making 4, they may get 6 now. So ultimately that median will go up, it'll be higher. But still, if you're not one of the elite running backs, we can get somebody else to come in. I'm trying to think, somebody like who's a good running back but really not great.
DeAndre Swift.
DeAndre Swift.
Najee
he probably getting $8 million. That's about what he worth. About what he worth.
Just like anywhere else in this economy, if the top end goes up, does not mean the middle class goes up as well. Trickle down is a flawed exercise. Back to you.
Facts.
What pay that started under what
Your boy Reagan, but
yeah, there you go.
We ain't gonna go too far into that.
Reaganomics. Big G, you agree with them? Is it just going to be the top end? Do you see the top end even going farther as far as into that salary cap percentage? Do you see, will the next Saquon Barkley or 1,700, 2,000 yard season get more than Saquon? And will this keep going on for the elite running backs?
If you have any guy that approaches the NFL league rushing record, if they're in the middle or to the very end of their deal, and their team is successful, not just with the rushing record, but they make a deep playoff run and win a Super Bowl, absolutely.
A lot of variables.
Yeah, but it's like that. If your team wins a Super Bowl and you approach the rushing record, you reward the guys because the cap went up, and the cap's going to keep going up every single freaking year. So you reward that guy and pay him for what it is. However, there's not too many guys that's actually going to do that. And the NFL, as much as it seems like this free agent frenzy thing is just going to be all over the place, I'm telling you right now, there's going to be a lot of running backs that ain't going to get signed because the depth of the running back position in this year's draft. There's a lot. They're going to have to wait till like after the draft and get signed. There's going to be dudes on the street, bro. There's going to be straight up dudes on the street. And you'll be like, man, why ain't they sign this guy and that guy? Because why do it? Cheap labor. For example, I'll give you just a perfect example. Jaylen Warren is a restricted free agent for us. We're going to have to sign him for about between $5 and $6 million. Now, I'm not saying the Steelers will do this, but the Steelers double dip in the draft and get 2 running backs. Why?
His unrestricted free agent tender is 3.5. So all they got to pay him is $3.5 million.
But Tate, you could damn near get 2 for 1. Damn near, you could get 2 in the draft. I don't know where they draft him.
But at $3.5 million, am I going to cut Warren? I think you could lay him out this year for 3.5, and then you can draft 2 running backs. I said that. I said I need 2 of them out there after the combine.
Yeah.
But you keep him and then let him go after you get him for 3.5 for a season.
Yeah.
I also think it's advantageous for these teams are paying $55 million for quarterbacks, especially the ones that aren't that great. Tua looks like he might be overpaid at 55. Jacksonville's overpaying at 55 for the Golden Boy. There's some teams there that if you can get that cheap labor, like you're saying, why not turn that running back room over and save some of that cap money at that position? That if there's good guys in this draft available.
Yeah.
Not every draft you can do that with, but this one I think you're right. Pay, do you agree? Like, do you see the running back pricing can continue to increase? Do you think it's really like a lot of things like a perfect storm has to go on? And do you see the bubble that the running back room hit coming for any other positions? Do you see other positions that might hit a bubble like they did where the pricing kind of stalls?
I don't know who's having a rougher year right now. Is it Drake? Is it Nico Harrison, general manager of the Mavs, or is it the New York Giants? Because this Saquon getting that type of money was, when I saw it, when G put it in the chat, I thought the immediate reaction I had was they're trolling the Giants again.
Facts.
This is all this is. This is just trolling the Giants because hey, not only did we win with your running back, we gonna pay him. You ain't got no money. You broke it. So to answer that question, we talked about this. There's a bubble. There should be a bubble coming, a running back bubble coming for wide receivers as well. Because at some point you're going to start to realize something that I've already realized like 5 some odd years ago. Wide receivers they grow on trees. Running backs, they grow on trees. It's cheap labor. You can just turn on a college football game and you just see the difference in athleticism, see the difference in speed on Saturday versus what you see on Sunday from somebody who's been in the league a couple of years. And you just thinking like, hey, you know what? That guy's fresh on a Saturday. I'm going to just go get them. I'm going to just keep churning them out. So, no, I don't think there's this is going to start a trend, even though this is a league in which teams do trendy things. The Philadelphia Eagles are the Super Bowl champs. They won that basically really on the shoulders of a running back. However, I don't think that trend is going to trickle down to any other teams. I don't think everybody else is going to start building their squads around running backs because there's only one Saquon. Even though this draft has a lot of athletic beasts, you're only going to have one Saquon, and Saquon almost didn't become Saquon himself. He had a lot of injury concerns early in his career, and not a lot of running backs are that fortunate. In fact, put it to you like this. The last time someone reset the running back market, who was it?
It's been a
McCaffrey.
minute.
There you go. Christian McCaffrey. And what happened to him as soon as that happened?
Got hurt.
Yeah.
Boom. You have Saquon, you reset it by a lot more. What, about $6 more million a year? And you had Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey he's going to be in a running back committee. If he continues to choose, if he chooses to continue his career, he's in a committee for the rest of his time.
I think $4 million. I think Christian was getting 16 a year.
Yeah, you're right. 16 a million, 16 a year. And Saquon, now that he's got the bag, there's $15 million escalators in it as well. He's got to do it again. He's got to prove it again. That's the way it is in sports. You got to do it again and do it again and do it again, because everybody's waiting on you. Everybody's waiting for you to justify that paycheck. And as soon as you don't justify it, once you don't justify it, they're taking it away in this league.
Jamal McCollum here has a great comment too. He says we have to remember Philly has the best O-line in the league.
A bunch of big guys, bunch of 6'5" and up. I'll take that back. Cam Jurgens, I think he's only 6'3". He's the smallest guy in that line. He's 6'3".
Cam who?
Jurgens.
I thought it was Deshaun Jurgens.
Yeah, he plays in Cleveland.
Yeah, he plays in Cleveland.
Oh, okay.
Not last year, and probably not this year either. But sometimes he'll play every once in a while.
The Eagles' offensive line average is like 6'5", 330. That's
but truth of the matter is, just going back there real quick, Peter. I'm sorry. Saquon played for a good team for the first time in his career. He had a better quarterback, better receiver on the outside. Mine's just 1 year with Odell, the best offensive line. True. I think he's showing what he can do when he's playing with a good team and a good scheme. He didn't get injured all year. They sat him out. He chose to sit out, and he played the entire season. Christian McCaffrey was taking a beating. Saquon recovered from his beating with the Giants. Christian McCaffrey was getting beatings in Carolina and was coming in way more banged up than Saquon was. And I think his injury last year was kind of a freak injury. Yeah, he gets injured all the time, so put that label on him. But I think he was worth the money they thought he was.
I think you give Saquon $10 million extra because he jumped over someone backwards.
That could be. And 2,000 yards.
You said CMC is a freak. It was a freak injury.
I think what happened in Buffalo was once he came back.
CMC has been hurt every year, 4 out of the last 5 years. So I think the body just wears down, and
I think you're right.
I don't necessarily call it a freak injury. Yeah, it was no contact. You couldn't see it happening, but when he got hurt in the preseason, it was a ticking time bomb.
I got some stats here to back you up, Pay, on your take on wide receivers. In the last 10 years, there's been 9 different receivers out of 10 years lead the NFL in receiving yards. Only one person has repeated it. Anybody want to take a stab at who repeated it in the last 10 years?
Does he wear blue?
No.
Devontae Adams.
So what's the question again?
One wide receiver in the past 10 years has led the NFL in receiving yards twice. Who is it?
Jamar Chase.
No.
It's
Justin Jefferson.
You can't just keep throwing names out, Big G. You had your turn.
He's got good names though.
It's Cooper Kupp.
No, it's not. OBJ in the comments, not him. Antonio Brown, not quite. He aged out of the last 10 years. Pay?
I would have guessed St. Brown, but
Alabama. Let's go with Alabama. That's my hit.
Julio
Jones. Julio Jones, 2015 had 1,871 yards. Did it again in 2018, 1,677. The others that have done it: Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, Justin Jefferson, Cooper Kupp, Stephon Diggs, Michael Thomas, Antonio Brown, and T.Y. Hilton.
So B, this is what I'm saying too about the running back. And I'm leaving it alone. Detroit's already done put the map out there. Saquon is damn near an anomaly. Saquon and big boy Derrick Henry, they're an anomaly, right? Most teams is going to go 2 running backs.
Yep.
You got to do that to not kill
one
them.
vet, one rookie contract.
Yeah, and Sonic and Knuckles, Detroit already showed you what to do. And so that's why I'm saying a lot of teams, this is a copycat league. You're going to double down. If you feel like you got one, you're going to go get one to go with the one you got. Or if you don't feel like you got one, you're going to go get 2. That's why them running backs going to go fast in this year's draft. They're going to be a
He's going to turn this take around back to that take.
I'm telling you, the running backs is about there.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Hey, speaking of Big G's take, can I just pull out a receipt real quick?
Where?
Oh yeah,
you know corner time.
What happened?
Big G owes corner time to me.
Yeah. Oh, for what?
Not on
Ohio
the show though.
Basketball has won 2 in a row. He said they'll lose. He said they won't win 2 of their last 3 games. I said they would, and they play the 3rd of 3 tomorrow, but they already won 2. So he's already.
Them suckers won in overtime too against Nebraska. It was ridiculous. I watched it. I was sitting there. I was like, I said, Nebraska, y'all trash. Y'all had them boys beat and let them come back close to the end, and then they lost in overtime. I seen them screw.
And pay on his way too. The Golden State Warriors are looking good. Go ahead.
This is what happens. I let Big G grab the steering wheel for 1 second. Now we're completely off the rails. Let's go. Right now is a good time.
If you asking me, B, it's 2 fines.
We're gonna take a quick break. We'll hear from our sponsors. We'll regroup. We'll get the steering wheel back in the correct hands, and we'll get the shit back on the road. But we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors. And you are back with the homies overtime. We have had some shenanigans. We got more to get into, but before we get into that, I do want to say Stephen A. Smith signed a $100 million contract with ESPN, and all we're asking you to do is like, subscribe, rate, review, and share. Let us take care of the money. That's all we need from you guys. A little support. Get those algorithms up. I haven't seen Big G do that recently.
I just did it. What the heck are you talking about?
The rhythms?
I just did it. Live chat did it. Was the algorithm sign just up?
Steve Barton.
Just like literally like 20 seconds ago.
So, Pay, you like to talk money, man. What do you think about $100 million for Stephen A. Smith?
Well deserved. He is the GOAT of this thing that we do, this thing that we try to do. He is what the mold is made out of, you know. And they broke it. No one does it. No one does the promos like him. No one captures an audience like him. No one has the verbiage as like him. No one commands a set. No one commands a room like him. He is box office in this talking head space. He's not only a talking head on sports. They got him on Fox News, MSNBC. He's on daytime TV, and he's a if you ask some of these sports books, he's a front runner for the DNC for the Democratic presidential nomination. So
hell no.
I mean, he is box office. He's box office. He's so box office that LeBron didn't think to call him directly to verbalize some disagreements they had. He said, "I got to go see this man face to face," and he went to go see him. Where do you see be offices at? Madison Square Garden, right there, front row. That's the type of power Stephen A. Smith got.
But what he's messing with power. LeBron, even though he's everything you said, I don't much care for him. LeBron will crush him if he messing with the king, regardless. Because ESPN need LeBron more than they need Stephen A. Smith. Trust me.
That is big time.
No, that is
debatable.
That is.
Why you think this morning on First Take he was copping deuces, looking all sad in his pink suit?
Why was Stephen A. Smith doing whatever he was doing on his show on the network he run?
Yeah,
you talking about? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Because everybody called him his agent, his bosses, everybody called like, dude, you got to squash this beef with LeBron. First thing he led into on First Take this morning was putting it out there and discussing it in a real mellow-like way. I didn't want to get into it with him. He was copping deuces all day, man.
Did he say that his bosses told him to do that?
No, he said he told him, but he said everybody was calling. Everybody was calling me this morning. My agent, my bosses at ESPN, I wasn't going to talk about it, but I kind of got to talk about it now is what he said. They're like, you can't have this going with LeBron.
He talked about it because it's news. His content, Tate, you know how you take everything and make it content? That's content. That's why everybody was tuning in because the king, and I ain't talking about LeBron, I'm talking about Stephen A. Stephen A. knows where the ratings are at.
What he says I wasn't going to talk about. I didn't want to talk about it. It wasn't a conversation. It was a confrontation that was personal. And I wasn't going to mention it. I didn't know it went viral, but then it went viral. My agent called me. ESPN called me. I have to address it. So that don't sound like.
Think that there's value for ESPN and LeBron James past the next 2-3 years, however long he decides to play?
Well, I think it is because I think LeBron's going to do something big coming up. I mean, I think LeBron would get more votes like Tate said for president than Stephen A. Smith would. Neither one of them qualified, but we know you don't got to be qualified to be president. I think LeBron would get more votes than Stephen A. Smith in the Democratic National.
But would LeBron get $100 million contract from ESPN to talk sports? Your take, B.
No, that's pretty simple.
Brady get like $10 million a game, don't he? What Brady get?
Something ridiculous like that.
Something ridiculous.
Can I ask this question though?
Yep.
I don't think Stephen A. Smith, even though he's got that show and that bread, I don't think he's the king of ESPN. I mean, a statement. It's not a question, a statement. Pat McAfee is. Pat McAfee is the king of ESPN, bro. Well, I don't care what you say. He's numero uno. Well, if Pat McAfee walk away from ESPN, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
That's not true.
It's a wrap over there, bro. It's a wrap.
I think Pat McAfee has broke that mold and now has let Stephen A. be able to branch out, do multiple things, have his own stuff going on that he was not really nearly as engaged with until after Pat McAfee came out.
Yeah.
No,
Pat McAfee is the
Stephen
pace
A.
He was
had
car.
doing
that
one
before Pat.
podcast that I know of before then.
Stephen A. had that before Pat showed up.
Yeah, but to my
he
knowledge,
wasn't
he had
getting the
one
bread
podcast,
like that.
And now he did General Hospital too.
Every opportunity ESPN is going to have, they're going to put Pat McAfee on something. The issue why he's not is
that's because ESPN laid off everybody else. They only have Greeny, McAfee, and Stephen A. So I mean,
but
they got
McAfee don't want to do it. The issue is he don't want to. But if McAfee went to ESPN and said, "Make me the flagship," Stephen A. Smith would be up out of here, bro. Pat McAfee is that dude.
Got
dog.
a super chat, Danny Littlejohn. He says LeBron was about ready to put pause on Stephen A. Smith.
That's facts.
Real talk.
That's facts. That's facts. He'd have got that whooped. Quick, fast, in a hurry. Quick, fast, in a hurry.
Man, I'm saying, man, you talking about a $1.5 billion dude, and Stephen A. got his first $100 million contract. He'd squash Stephen A. Smith if it come down to it, man. He'd pay ESPN to make him go.
Matter of fact, if LeBron retired, ESPN would pay him more than they pay Stephen A. Smith to come on there and commentate. They give him that amount of bread. They pay him that if that's what he wanted to do.
LeBron could have a daily barbershop on ESPN if he wanted to.
And it'd be the #1 show.
I could see
it'd be the #1 freaking show.
No, I still think sports debate that goes farther out and talks about more things would be more well received than the daily barbershop.
You know that barbershop show was on Showtime or HBO.
It was on HBO.
It was on HBO. You know it doesn't come close to what First Take does. If it did, it would be a lot more syndicated than it is.
Because they don't have the marketing giant at ESPN behind them.
They do.
So
check this out. LeBron committed to another business. I say if he wanted to. If he wanted to go to ESPN with a pitch for a show, I can bring on whoever I want. I can get whoever I want to come on my show. Stephen A. Smith got a lot of not so good relationships with people.
LeBron owns his own production, Spring Hill. LeBron doesn't want to go to ESPN. He wants to own his own thing, right? So, again, if LeBron wanted to take a pay cut and go to ESPN like Pat McAfee did, cool. But the question was about Stephen A. Stephen A. built up ESPN. And I know ESPN is the way we intake discourse now is different. It's more of a YouTube podcast type of thing, which Pat McAfee had built up over there on his own side. So ESPN is playing catch up on that side. But still, ESPN built this whole thing up of debate TV largely off of Stephen A. Smith going back and forth with Skip Bayless.
Skip started it and Stephen A. perfected it.
That was on Fox. That wasn't on ESPN. That was on Fox.
No, it was on ESPN.
It was originally on ESPN.
And Skip left with the Fox.
Okay.
Correct.
So,
but Stephen A. Smith.
You're right. You're right, B-Dirt. You're right. Cold pizza was cool. First and 10 was cool until Stephen A. became a regular. Then that became ESPN's flagship.
Yeah, I used to like cold pizza, but
Hell's own Jay Crawford was on there.
Mm-hmm. Jamal Coleman again. ESPN will be ESPN with or without Stephen A.
Facts. That is fact.
I mean, still the #1 show on ESPN is Sports Center, so I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But right behind it, I mean, it's going to be a little bit different if he leaves.
So do you think if they put money behind Shannon Sharp and they brought him on, you don't think he could blow up more? Do you think if they could convince Ryan Clark and them boys over there at the Pivot, bring your show over on to us, you don't think that would feel more? Bro, they got dudes out there that's beasts, man. And if they brought them on, they'd run circles up on Stephen A., bro. They would.
They're not as polished as Stephen A. I mean, my whole point was that Stephen A. is fantastic at this. I don't watch that stuff. I mean, I do listen to some of the stuff that go viral, and I'm just listening to how he formulates a take. I'm like, God, How did he pull a salient point out of that nonsense? And I'm just in awe sometimes of his ability to do certain things. You got one fact today, and
Tate, look at Claude. Look at Claude again. He's agreeing, Tate.
Yeah, he been hacked for real.
You know what? His text messages weren't jumbled up because he's driving. He's drunk. I mean, let's call it what it is. He's complimenting Big G. Like something's wrong. Something's up.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, man, if ESPN was to do something with LeBron James and Clutch and all that, it'd be them welcoming ESPN welcoming their own venture capitalists into their building, because LeBron would then eventually take over ESPN. It's like that.
I mean, when you start looking at the numbers of ESPN, I get it. LeBron James, very wealthy man, $1.5 billion. When they start talking about paying for NBA rights, paying for baseball rights, paying for football rights, we're talking about $76 billion. Yes, Claude, that was just all in jest. He barely drinks. Me too. Listen, I want to get off this topic. Stephen A. Smith is a GOAT. I agree with him. Next. It's two GOATs fighting it out. That's all it was. I want to segue into baseball. Spring training, we're here. I kind of want to talk about our teams a little bit, just a dab will do you. Not much. But before I do, something is perplexing to me. The A's have hired Raiders executive Mark Baden, as the team president. The obvious question is, does being an executive in baseball or football, translate to being an executive in baseball? The other question I have is, if you were going to take an executive from football to baseball, would you pick the Raiders executives? I mean, I would stay away from the Raiders, the Bengals, amongst other teams. I'm just saying. And why is it always the A's doing this stuff? Big G, you look like you are ready to go. I'm gonna go straight to you first. What do you got for us?
Quick, fast, and a hurry. No. Hell no, and the A's are trash. I mean, this is simplistic. Hell no, you don't pick no other executive. Hell no, you don't bring no other dude over. The A's are trash, and if you did anybody or you brought anybody from one sport to another, I would probably pick a basketball exec to go with a baseball, considering understanding the length of the schedule, the how guys fit in and out, how you really work the salary cap. Football guys have no business trying to step over into baseball. So the answer is no, hell no. And why are you doing that? Because the A's are trash. Simple.
All right. You got a lot of envelopes up there for it.
This was something else.
All right. Tate, do you think that a football executive can run a baseball team efficiently well? Like, what do you think this is?
I think if it's a good baseball, front office guy, I think, he couldn't know baseball, know how to the right people, have the right connections. But obviously, this guy going from the Raiders to the A's is not obvious. Obviously, this guy with the Raiders, with Brady being part of the decision making and Pete Carroll coming in, that's why he went from the Raiders to the A's. I mean, I'd much rather be a football executive than a baseball executive. No knock on baseball executives. And I think the only one that was competent at crossing over was Bob Myers for Golden State. Didn't he switch over and go help out the Magic Johnson and the Commanders turnaround and stuff?
He helped.
I know he did. They hired him as a consultant and stuff. So, So
a consultant is a lot more. It makes a lot more sense in my head than team president.
Yeah. That's true.
So,
same question, but also, I mean, are the A's searching for their next Moneyball? Is that what this is?
You know the answer to this question, B Dirt, because that's why you teed that up for me. You all watched Moneyball. Jonah Hill's character in that movie, Paul. He's based on Paul DiBattista. You all know where he works now?
I don't.
He works in the front office of the Cleveland Browns.
Trash.
Ooh.
He was behind. He was Billy Bean's top assistant. Well, that's probably not not giving him too much credit, but he was a top executive in the front office of the Oakland A's during their most recent heyday, and now he's a top executive of the Cleveland Browns. So, yes, a football person can run a baseball team. I mean, if that's just one example, but the same. I don't think it's any different from, depending on what they're doing, right? If it's just money or things of that nature, or being the travel secretary. Shout out to George Costanza. I mean, there's plenty of front office jobs that aren't that aren't basic to that sport, right? And in fact, if you're not doing the scouting, I don't think it's necessary that you need to have any type of innate knowledge of the sport. You're just an executive. You know how to do that. And I think that can go from any league.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, I guess you're saying a sprinkle of, you got to have your football people or your baseball people and your business people intermingled. I get that. But I will say this. I believe the Cleveland Browns are acting like they are being ran by Jonah Hill's character in Wolf of Wall Street.
Facts.
Not
Facts.
Moneyball.
Facts.
Big G, we got a $5 super chat from the man Claude Bishop. Thank you, Big G. I'll let you do the honors here.
He said, Big G, I agree with you more than you think. I just think that your three co-hosts know more about sports except college football. You know what? I agree with that. I know where my expertise is. I know where it's college football and NFL. I know baseball, basketball, college basketball. I know. Listen, I bow down. But that's the whole point of why we have the homie show. Everybody brings their stuff to the table, and they're able to go into and maybe educate people and put me up on game, because I know I put them up on game with stuff too. So yeah, I agree with that. You shouldn't always want to be the best guy in the room. You should surround yourself with people who are just as good or better than you. That's what a smart person does. They surround themselves. If you're the smartest guy in the room, you in the wrong damn room. That's just my experience.
And
Man,
listen, I got
good stuff, Big G.
I'll be honest with you. I'll even take it a step further. Pay dirt. I'm a better gambler when I talk things out with Pay on that, because Pay and I see things differently, and we talk it out, and we end up I see things. I've stayed away from bets that I probably would have been, putting some ducats on, and vice versa. I've won some bets with him. Now, does it work out always like that? No, but 60% of the time, I'll take it.
Yeah, facts.
All right, that's a good stopping point for a little break. We'll get back into some predictions on our Major League Baseball teams. We'll get back from here. I'm gonna kick this over. Take us to break. We are going to do a little something from our sponsors again, and we'll be right back after these messages. And we are back at the Homies Overtime. Big G has his sign ready to rock and roll. Get those algorithms up. Like, subscribe, rate, review, unsubscribe, re-rate, re-review, share us, tell a friend about us. We appreciate you guys rocking with us. Live chat has been going crazy over there. We appreciate it. Jamal McCollum, iron sharpens iron, is well stated. I like that one. All right, I want way too early predictions for our baseball teams here, fellas. And I want to pull the Band-Aid off right away and go straight to the two who argue about their teams more than anybody on here. Pay a Tate. I know you got some friendly bets already placed for this season. Tate, I'm going to start with you, man. Your Cincinnati Redlegs haven't been quite coming through the way you thought they were the past couple of years. A little slower maturation, I think, especially in the pitching realm. I thought you expected them to be a little bit better. 77 and 85 last year, but you do have some upside of things going there. What is your prediction? By the way, I want to throw in here, Pirates are 76 and 86. What is your prediction for the Cincinnati Reds this year?
Plus 12 wins from last year. Plus 12.
Let me write that down. I'm writing it down. Do you want to put are we putting a dollar sign next to this, or?
Well, we have our standing bet, the series for the season, and the best.
Of course.
That puts you at 89 and 73.
Yeah, minimum.
Minimum 89 wins. Copy. 46-minute mark. All right.
And I think they had a great offseason. Started with hiring Tito Francona as manager. A lot of guys that were injured last year are back. Spring training, spring ball has been looking good. We're getting our second baseman back. What's his name? McClain. Getting him back. Traded Jonathan India for some starting pitching. We're gonna have one of the best starting rotations in the National League. When Lodolo gets healthy, Hunter Green is a Cy Young candidate, and they got 3 solid veterans behind them. So I like where that direction's going. They invested in the bullpen. Ellie's gonna have a breakout year. He was top 8 in MVP last year. He's gonna be top 3 this year. So I like, and they got a good veteran catcher from the Yankees to play behind. What's my catcher's name? I can't think of his name. Anyway, they have good pieces. So that 89 wins, I think, is a lock.
I will take the under, and I'll put a nifty on it if you would.
Allow me to hear what you say the Cubs going to do.
The Cubs last year were third in the division, just ahead of the Reds, with an 83 and 79 record. This is the segue into that. Pay, what do you think your beloved Cubbies are going to do?
I got us +7. I got us as a 90-win team this year.
All right, 90 and 72. That gives you a 1-game lead over the Reds, according to.
And there is all kind of bets around that. Hey, whatever it is, go.
This is fun. I feel that up there. So you guys are going to bet who finishes ahead with the best record.
So the teams play, because now they did something whack with the schedules now. So you don't play your division so much anymore. So I have less opportunity to take my cousin's money. So it's only.
So you used to bet on the series, right?
Used to bet on the series.
So now you're going to bet on the individual games.
That could be a possibility because it's 13. You play your 13 games now a season. 13 games now a season. We got to definitely bet who wins the season series, and who finishes with the better record or standing. Yeah, better record.
Record. And now we can add into that the over-unders from what our predictions are.
Oh yeah. All right. So
hey, I think you should do a monetary amount per game that you're wrong if you miss it below.
Ooh, I like that.
Ooh,
I like that. We should have did that last year because you was off by what, 15? Oh, yeah, that would have been.
You got paid. That's an interesting way to bet that.
That is an interesting way. I mean, you can add that to it. I mean, we could be talking about $400 or $500 by the end of the season.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the way we're doing it, wait until I predict the Tigers to win 60 games.
No, because you can't win. The Tigers can't win 60
I've already got my number written down.
There's another team in your division who's not going to win 60. So
okay, fair. All right, Big G. I really kind of want to go next just to see how long you'll hold these signs up.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to do that to you. So the Philadelphia Phillies, first in your division, 95 and 67 last year. Great season. You were riding the wave. So what do you think your Phillies are going to do now with the up and coming Mets and Braves in your division? Do you think you're going to hold them off, or you think you're going to regress a little bit here? Big G, what's your take?
Pick a sign, B-Dirt. 1 through 5.
All right, let's go with 3 because it doesn't matter which way you go from.
The Philadelphia Phillies is hot trash, and hell no, we ain't going to. We need to trade everybody on the damn roster right now. Break it up. Get rid of everybody. It's time to start over. Our run is over. It's time to do the right thing for the right reason. That's big trash. Let's go, man. Yeah, trade everybody. Harper, Calistinos, get rid of all of them. Get them out of there, bro. Go on and get off of them. It's time to start. Castellanos, get by. It's time to get rid of all of them. It's over.
Hey, B-Dirt, question about Big G. Does anybody go from one take extreme to another as fast as he does?
It's over.
I mean, it's pretty hot or cold.
20 under.
20 under.
20, 75.
Why are you punting on a team that won 95 games? What has changed so much in your mind?
It's over. Every team has a window to get a championship. The Phillies' window was over.
So you're saying
don't be like the Pittsburgh Steelers or other team to hold on to players too long. Trade them off, get pieces, get draft capital, suffer for a little while, so that way in a year or two we can be right back there.
Maybe so you're saying 75 and 87.
Get them out of here. They trash. It's over.
Holy cow.
20. 20, it's over. Listen, you got to be realistic,
did you lose
man.
Players?
It's not that. It's just the window's over with, dog. The other teams in the division have caught up. They've gotten better. We haven't, and our guys are getting older. So you get rid of those guys, you get draft capital, and you build your roster from starting over through drafting and farm league, and you get the guys you need. It's over with in Philadelphia, bro. Our window is closed.
Overreacting?
Yes, he is, but that's cool. I like it. It's good. It's good content. But I want to before I come back to what I got in front of me right now. B, I think you know where I'm going with this. What's your over under for the Tigers?
88-74.
Yeah.
I'm very tight. They were 86-76. Got a little more pitching, but not any big moves. And I wanted to give them 90 wins. I really did. That's where I wanted to put them at. But as I hear that Javi Baez is going to start at shortstop, I can't give him 90 wins. Javi Baez never wins 90 games ever.
Whoa, that's not
ever again. I said ever again.
Okay,
ever again.
Okay. So you got the Detroit Tigers, that hot month they had. You got it continuing over into another year. Okay, I got you. I'm not mad at you, but so all three of us, minus G, we took the over on what DraftKings has us at. The line, we all went over the line. And Big G.
What's the DraftKings? What's the DraftKings over under? I didn't know what that was.
Before we get to that, I want to come back to G.
Yeah.
G, you said they're going to be 20 under.
Minus 20.
Minus 20.
Minus
under
20.
500.
No. They won 95 last year. They're going to be around that 75, 76 range this year. Minus 20.
DraftKings has them as a 92 win team.
DraftKings done lost their damn mind. DraftKings is just trying to get people, fleecing people for bread. It's over.
I'm going to go ahead.
It's over in Philadelphia. It's over.
I don't know. I want to bet just on the spirit of it. But anyway, the Detroit Tigers, according to DraftKings, the line is 83.5. B Dirt has them 5 games plus 5 on that. According to DraftKings, for the Chicago Cubs, the line is 85.5. I have them at 5. Well, I have them at 4 games over that. And according to DraftKings, Cincinnati Reds, their line is 78.5. Tate has them 10 plus 10 on the season.
Listen,
I'm marking all of this.
I think. Listen, we got Schoolball is you talk about guys that are going to be Cy Young candidates. He is there. We added a little bit. We got Gleyber Torres now playing second base. That was an improvement over what we had. We do need to get some of our young bats to wake up a little more this year. But I think Riley Green, even though he made an all-star game last year, I don't think he still performed to where he's going to be as a professional. I think he's going to have another step forward this year, especially in the batting average spot. So I like him to do some good things, and I think that gives us 2 more wins than last year.
B, if you all get close to 90 wins, it's because Javi has a resurgence.
It more than likely is because Javi got benched.
Oh, he got hurt. Whatever.
Whatever.
Ooh,
I don't want to root for that.
They got the Mets at 90.5. Oh, yeah.
All right, so we got the Pirates. We're going to throw the Pirates in there since we have a lot of followers here, Steel Curtain, whatever. We're going to honorarily throw the Pirates in. I live in Pittsburgh as well. Pirates 76 and 86 last year. You talk about a Cy Young candidate. Paul Skeens is bad. I got the pleasure to go watch him pitch last year. He's different, man.
The Pirates might mess around and win more games than the Phillies. I'm telling you.
So what, you think they're going to win more than 76?
The Pirates might mess around and win more games than the Phillies.
Well, you were bashing the Pirates all last year.
I'm telling you.
Give me a number, G. What do you think the number is for them?
80.
80? Okay.
80.
Tate, you think the Pirates can win 80?
The Central, I think Milwaukee's down, St. Louis is down. I think the Pirates is fighting with the Cubs for second place this year.
Dang.
So what's that number look like?
Damn.
Well, they can win 78, 79 games
last year in that division.
Hey, 500, 81 and 81.
Kiss your sister, heard. So he went 1 more than Big G. Do you think they hit 80 wins, Pay?
It's the Pirates, bro. The last time the Pirates were in the playoffs, last time they were good was 2015, if I remember correctly. That's 10 years ago.
That sounds about right.
So they've got 10 years worth of prospects they've called up yet. They've called up now. So it might sound plausible that they might be able to push ahead a winning season. They've got 10 years on it. So 81 wins, it wouldn't surprise me.
All right. I'm going to take the under. I'll go with 74. That still might be better than the Phillies. It still might be better than the Phillies. It's over, dog. It's over, man. You just got to admit when it's over, dog. It's over. It's over.
So you think they're going to trade all their good players during season, mid-season?
I think they should. I don't say that they will, but I think they should. They need to start over, bro. It's over.
Right, so I'm gonna just
window is closed.
We speaking of windows,
we didn't read that super chat for Claude.
We never read the super chat. The super chat from Claude Bishop. I apologize. I was in the middle of ranting. He said, "Big G, I was just trolling you, but since you agree with me, I agree with you. You're the man, bro."
Yeah, thank you, Claude.
This is so weird.
Hey, man, we have a peace treaty right now. We got a peace treaty. We got a peace treaty, man.
I want the tariffs back on. Let's go.
No, we got a peace treaty, man.
I want the Big G Claude Bishop tariff back on. Renew it.
You know, it used to be a time when some cats be drunk, when some cats be wasted. In our day, Big G was twisted. Claude twisted right now.
We got a peace treaty, man. We got a peace treaty.
Yeah, while he twisted.
All
right.
Well.
I do want to talk about the NCAA tournament. And I didn't really tell you guys what, but here's what Pay and we have gambler spirit. So here's what I'm going to ask you guys. Going into this NCAA tournament, do you have a dark horse that you think could contend for the championship that would be good odds? I'm going to let you think on that real quick while I bloviate about my team real quick. The University of Michigan Wolverines, New coach, Dusty May, got his extension. He's done a great job turning around a program. 11 new players he brought in. I'm ecstatic about the way the program has turned around. Currently in second place in the Big Ten. But all that said, they're going to lose 4 out of 5 games going into the tournament. And they're not going to make any noise in the tournament. I would look at who they play and who they match up with and see if you can't get some odds to get them bounced early. Money line against them. If you can get good odds on them playing somebody who plays good defense and has decent guard play, bet against the Michigan Wolverines. They have monsters underneath, 7 foot tall, but they don't play like big men. They get out rebounded by teams that are smaller than them quite a bit. Look at the Illinois game. It was really bad. And they turn the ball over constantly. It makes my head hurt. I cannot stand when they do that stuff. So Michigan, great season. Love what Dusty May's done. They're going to get it bounced early out of the tournament. So now that I've bloviated, who wants to give me their first dark horse? Anybody?
Let's go, G.
No, Tate got it.
Well, when I hear dark horse, I think of like not somebody's going to be a 1 or 2 seed, right?
Correct. Correct.
That's how I would look at it. I mean, 3 or 4 seeds are questionable. I'm going to pick a team, I think, because they're number 16 in the nation right now. I'm going to pick a team that I think would be a 4 seed by ranking. I mean, they're number 16, so they probably would be the last 4 seed. I'm going to take the Memphis Tigers, man. They got some athletes on the team, some players. I believe Penny Hardaway is a coach that connects with his players, and I think they play hard for him. I think they played a lot of tough teams, a lot of quad 1 challengers during the season, and I think they can. I definitely count on getting out the first weekend. I think they can maybe win 2 games the next weekend. So I'm gonna say a dark horse to the Final Four, the Memphis Tigers.
I dig it. Pay got out of going next by just turning his stuff off. Great move, Pay. I dig it. Big G, you're next on the clock. Who you got as a dark horse?
Right now, I think they're 2 or 3 in the ACC, but I think that they'll probably still be a 3 or maybe even a 4 seed, maybe even a 5 seed. I like the Louisville Cardinal, man. I've over the last few weeks, I've watched them play basketball. They have outstanding guard play and outstanding defense from the guard play. I like their big men, and I like how they get up and down the floor on a regular basis. So if I had to pick a team that wasn't a 1, 2, or 3 seed, and I think Louisville's probably going to be a 4 seed, I like the Louisville Cardinal, bro. I think Louisville can go on a run. And if they get hot at the right time, man, Louisville could win 3, 4, 5 straight games and mess around and get that chip. So give me Louisville, bro. Give me the Louisville Cardinal.
All right, nice. Pay is still AWOL, so we're going to go to me. This team does have to get hot. They've been back and forth. Do I want to go? I've got 2 teams here. I'm interested in taking. Do I go with the hotter one or do I go with my gut?
You always go with the hotter one, B-Dirt.
The hotter one is going to be
you get
seed.
You get it. You always go with the hotter one at 1 a.m.
Gotcha. I got it. I'm gonna go the hotter one. Clemson right now ranked 11. They've won 7 in a row. I think they could get hot in this tournament.
That's a good pick. They got nice guards and big men. I mean, I've seen them put belt to ass on the Tar Heels. So
you have to have good
pick.
guard play.
I saw Louisville do it
but
too.
You can't have good guard play and not be able to rebound with other teams. And they have the athleticism and size to rebound with other teams. Pay, you got one for us? You got a dark horse?
Yeah, my dark horse is North Carolina. They're going to sneak into the tournament, and they might go. They could go on a run. I got two. Other than
one that might
right, because you need the real one.
Dark horse NIT pick is the North Carolina Tar Heels. Who do you got in the NCAA tournament?
NCAA tournament. I actually think that this isn't really a dark horse. I guess. I mean, as a traditional dark horse, I think I think the champions coming out of the SEC. I think Alabama can mess around and do exactly what they did last year, going another deep run that no one's expected them to do. All the power, all the focus is focused on Duke, Auburn, Florida, most of that this year. But Alabama, they can get up with anybody.
All right, so Pay takes Bama as it stands right now. When Tate, you say take the hot team. We have the Memphis Tigers on a 4-game winning streak. We have the Clemson Tigers on a 7-game win streak. We have the Louisville Cardinals on an 8-game win streak. And we have the Alabama Crimson Tide on a 2-game losing streak. So take it for what it's worth. Grain of salt.
Yeah.
All right.
It's going to be an interesting tournament. It's going to be an interesting tournament.
I got those down. All right, Big G, closing thoughts.
And my final thoughts is, man, we're T-minus a couple of days and counting for free agent frenzy. I think it's like 48 hours and counting, and it's going to jump off. There's been a lot of interesting moves over the last 7 to 10 days, and I think it's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And you're really going to see what's going to happen with the NFL draft based on what's going to happen with this free agent market. I think there's teams already out now on certain players based on their acquisitions and what they're going to do. But I will say this. I believe in totality that teams are going to be all the way in and all the way out this next year coming up. I think that you're going to see legitimately tankathons because of the draft class of quarterbacks that's going to come in 2026. So if a team doesn't really load up to get as many like quality free agents and have a really good draft, and they feel like they're not close, they're just going to throw it in and say, man, forget it. We'll get this next year. We'll try to build our 53-man roster and stay competitive as we can. But some teams, like the Washington Commanders, like the Detroit Lions, there's going to be teams like them that you're going to see, and you're going to be like, holy, how they got who? For what? And they drafted what with this? Because they feel like they have it. And where that comes from, B-Dirt, is that they figured out who their quarterback is. I think it's an injustice for any team. If you have a legitimate quarterback, one, that can win you a championship, I think it's an injustice if you don't do everything in your power to put that person in a position to win a Super Bowl, because you're just wasting a career. Every time a year goes off the clock, you got another year where you wish you could have got it done. So I think that this year, teams that feel like that they got a number one quarterback is going to mess around and go all in to try to get them a chip. That's my thoughts. That's my final thoughts, bro.
Yeah, the interesting thing there that I think about when you bring that up, a team like the Washington Commanders, what it can look like when you go all in for a season or two, when you're on that rookie deal going into year 2.
Yeah,
like that could be going all in with that could be huge. Huge kind of money.
Well, the Houston Texans tried the same thing. It's just they got a lot of injuries this past year.
Without making a cut, the Washington Commanders right now have $94.9 million in cap space.
Woo! They get it done.
Good point, G.
Yeah.
Tate, what's your final thoughts and your closing words here?
I'm gonna be quick and get out of here, man. I got a barbershop appointment in the morning, pretty early. Got a wedding to go to tomorrow and reception and all that stuff to go to. Shout out to my brother's daughter, my niece Calandria. She's getting married tomorrow. And right now they're away at the rehearsal dinner. My dogs are put up where they usually are in our room with my wife. And because I don't want them to feel alone, I'm sitting here babysitting my nephew dog. This Ace. Say what's up to Ace, everybody. Hey,
what's up,
Ace.
What's going on, Ace?
So B Dirt, he's in here with me because Matt, he's wild. He's more rambunctious and wild than Bronx. So them together is not good. So yeah, more than Bronx. So I just wanted to shout out the wedding tomorrow and me for being Uncle Dog Sitter for this whole 2 hours.
Dig it. All right. Tate shouts out himself. I appreciate it. And the dog. Pay. Closing thoughts and words.
Happy International Women's Day to all who celebrate and to all who identify as a woman.
All right. Concise.
That's the way. Very nice.
I forgot. You guys, we didn't talk about, the other thing. In closing, I just want to say thanks a lot to Around the Horn. 23 years on ESPN, Tony Reale, Woody Page, Jay Mariotti, all the rest.
You got to shout out the boxing dude who used to host it, Max Kellerman as well. They had their final show. What was it? Earlier this week. I think it was Wednesday.
Wednesday. Yeah, it was Wednesday.
Yeah, that was an institution, but as some people think, ESPN is getting away from paying actual people with actual sport opinions and just getting more and more athletes to be on these shows. But guys, I loved Around the Horn. I liked the scoring of the argument. That type of concept was great to me. PTI count your days. Yeah, I mean,
the winner really, getting the final word was great.
Yeah. It was just that type of show was amazing for its time, and it's really great. And so, with that being said, I want to shout out Tony Reale and the rest of all those great hosts: Izzy Gutierrez, Pablo Torre, Mita Kimes, somebody else, Kevin Blackstone,
AJ Adonde.
I forget my name. Tim Calishaw,
Bill
Plaschke,
yeah.
Some of those, it was so fun. And to do it right, we've got 49 hours and 18 minutes until Monday. See you guys later.
That's a good way to close. I like it.
Yeah.
My closing thoughts are this. I rant and rave about the Bengals because I care. But I come with facts because I know. And I come with insight because I like to get into deep detail, dive into cap space, as G would say, get in them streets and hear what's going on from people that are close to the team. So I appreciate all you guys, especially Steel Curtain Network fans, have supported me, have trolled me, all the things in between. It ain't nothing but love. You can't play the game of football without two teams. It's all part of the game. But if you're coming with me or coming at me,
no, Diddy, no doubt.
Coming with me is not. Coming with me is not you can come with me to a game. You did. It's not a no Diddy. See, you miss the good ones, and then you do dumb ones like that. So, as I was saying, you can come at me if you want to with whatever your opinions are or whatever those things are. Just know I'm gonna come back with facts, and I'm gonna come back with educated opinions. You can take them for
that's the fact, Jack.
You can take it for what they're worth. And if I had another piece of paper, I'd roll it up and throw it because I totally agree with him about Tony Reale.
Yeah.
What's that? What's that clip from? B Dirt.
I have no idea.
Pay. That's the fact, Jack. Bill Murray stripes. Come on, man. B Dirt.
Yeah. Peter, you should have known that. He said, "Where's your drill sergeant, sir?" He said, "Blown up, sir." Do you mean
classic?
Do you mean to tell me you genuinely trained yourself? That's the fact, Jack, and all the rest
Big
of them.
G.
That's the fact, Jack.
Big G on the classic.
I was 5 when that came out. My bad for not remembering.
Oh, yeah, I understand.
All right. And lock up Brett Favre. Let's get out of here.
Yes, sir. We'll holler at y'all. Peace.
Mamba out.